Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Just about set for football. Blake Grupe is ready to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
No touch it. No touch.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Great. 73. 73. Hey, easy. 63. Bang. No touch.
Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
63. 60. No touch.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is... All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick six to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in, because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say that their plan worked to perfection.
Blake Grupe now for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
As Smith in motion right. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
No touch.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready, ready.
A first down carry now for Miller. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they need... Through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Black shot. Ready?
On 4th down, here's Rattler. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara taking it in from the 20. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Isaiah Rodgers. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Ready. Set.
Throwing is Rattler. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The 20. 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in this first half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Here's Hurts to throw. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
He's got his target. That's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we... And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. There he goes left side. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Saints. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Well, now how about this return?
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Great. Set. Tiger Hornet. Kyle Yeti.
They'll throw now on the final play. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there as time expires in the first half.
And the Eagles get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Kamara gets it again on second down.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Here's Rattler.
Over the middle, complete. It's Austin. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
They'll go. Here's Rattler. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 67 yards.
And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Groupie for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Rattler working out of the gun.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Saints will add on.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Cam Little out for the opening kick. And here we go from New Orleans. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Eric Armstead there on the stop.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
2nd and 10 now. He's got Shaheed. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. It's a 31-yard play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They give to Kamara, left side. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Rattler. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here.
An 11-yard loss on the play brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long for him here. Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A big gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Running for it, Kamara. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lawrence going to throw straight away here. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They are looking at 4th down, however. They're going for this. Throw is caught by the back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. Forced out to his right. Now here he goes. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Here's 2nd and 14. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's on the move. Launching deep down the right sideline. Brought in inside the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. They'll run, Etienne. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
off. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints taking over on offense. Here's Rattler. Completes this one to Hill. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints earn the chance to tie it before halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. From the 28. He'll get this to ETN. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself.
That's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the 1st down.
Lawrence working from the gun. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Lawrence looking to throw. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good job by the defense right there. Doing something I hear all the time in coaches' meetings. I want to keep that quarterback in the box. I want to put a fence around him. Don't want to let him get out and make a big play breaking the pocket.
Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Flush down out to his left. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So the offense was right to be walking backwards. The flag does go against them. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. The kick by Shudak is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Here's Duvernay on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Complete. It's Ingram. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Here's Etienne on first down. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war in field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
From the 33 on second down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Working inside the red zone. Escapes out to the left. He's going to keep it this time. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Offense in the hurry up here. Lawrence to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And that's a touchdown, at least for the moment, Brock. But there's a flag out there. I think that they might wipe this one away. Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds a man, right side. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars grow the lead coming out of halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. First and 10 now from the 30. They run it from the gun with Kamara. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's trying to push the field. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Here's the snap on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Counter give to Etienne. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain on the run, and we've reached the end of the third quarter. 3 quarters. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Chased out to his right. Massive throw. Corner of the... Wide open. Downfield. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but...
Now stop stream sniping me. You got this win. Stop stream sniping me again, man. I already whooped you when you had the Eagles. I ain't trying to play you no more, man.
He's got to stay out there and kick it off. Starting from the 5. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31. Looking to throw, Rattler. Getting out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Offense up to the line fast. Another try following the sack. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Lefts up, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started.
And we are underway from the Superdome.
And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Ready?
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Again, it's Kamara. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Rattler wants to throw it.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. They keep it with Miller on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Throwing is Rattler.
Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. The ball comes out. And will they call it a touchback? No, it's out at the 1-yard line. They were inches there from blowing a golden scoring opportunity.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
To the air is Rattler.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Saints will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon.
Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the 1st quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the
the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they finally get their chance on offense. 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Purdy now to throw. Escaping the pressure, running. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take. The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. The landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Rattler. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Hey, yo, what's the hold up, man? What's the hold up? Let's go.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
Now a 2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now Rattler. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return is Williams. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Again, it's Robinson. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They'll run this one right with Robinson. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, 37 yards. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
From the shotgun, Rattler. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. A give to Kamara running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 11. Rattler working out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd inches at the 6-yard line.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got him. Touchdown, Saints. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot
lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To the air, Penix. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. And looking to throw, Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ray McCloud, 31 yards. And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Rattler. Miller on the catch over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They'll throw now on the final play.
This one deep for Wilson.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown. The final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Grupe able to add the PAT.
And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Kendre Miller.
48 yards.
And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Here's Grupe for the PAT.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
Sheds off the tackle. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
70 yards.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, boom, boom. and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here.
They set up the screen to Miller.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Coming left is Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Second and 11.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Inside handoff now. Miller trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
So here we go. A big spot now for Blake Grupe.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Here's Penix. Being chased out left. Short throw caught by Pitts. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Robinson will try to pick it up. Oh, good move. And this will be a Falcons first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And the Falcon first down.
Now Penix. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Falcons.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. He's back to throw. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here it is, 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Robinson. And I don't think he got in. He did.
Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Get out of here, man. Let's go. Let's go. Quit the game, man. Let's go.
4th and goal. And the result, instead of the chip
Quit the game, man. Let's go.
Turn the ball over on downs. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Get out of here, bro. Let's quit. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. These boys ain't competing with me, man. These little chumps ain't competing with me, man. Stop playing, man.
So this
I want #1 rank.
here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance.
I ain't trying to play the same person. I want the #1 rank.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire
If I gotta play the same person again, hey.
That tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you play in Little League football. All the way through.
All you gotta do is score 1 yard. All you gotta do is score 1 yard, man. He right there at the touchdown, man. All you gotta do is score. He can't even do that, man. Come on, man. Stop it, man. What's my rank now, man? What's my rank now? I'm top 50. What's my rank now, man? What's my rank now, man?
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue check. Ready.
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go. Ready.
Another run for Kamara. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 47. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Here we go. Set. Red. Cycle.
Rattler to the air now. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Set. Punt.
From the gun, a give to Miller. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
Running it with David Montgomery. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Sox play, Montgomery. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Goff on 3rd. He puts some power on a deep one left. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Well, you've got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They'll go for it. Goff. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets up the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Couple of zeros on the board right now.
Hey, stop talking, man. Stop talking.
Caesar in just a bit.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from the Superdome. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Throwing is Rattler. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this is taking that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
Let's go now.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now 2nd and 3.
At the 35-yard line. It's the gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Rattler. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Rattler wants to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he didn't get it there. No, it's no good. Just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a scoreless game. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Jackson from the shotgun. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. To throw is Jackson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards. No score after one on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
That's to his running back, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry from 8 yards out. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. 3rd and 8. To the air is Rattler. Eluding the pressure right. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
It's 4th down.
They run. It's Kamara. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah. Your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned. He's coming for you.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Rattler. Flushed out right. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Rattler from the gun. 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. They'll go. Here's Rattler. Wow, that is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Ready. Drop it. Six. Measure.
Out of the gun now on third down. They've got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 13. Forced out to his left. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. They'll run it again with Henry. Pushing his way through. Derrick Henry all alone. Inside the 10. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
He'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. A first down carry for Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, 25 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
It's the score. Ravens 21, Saints nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Credit Brian Brzee in there to greet him and drop him for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Jackson. Dancing to his left. His throw incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Escaping the pressure right. That's going deep for Bateman. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 45 yards. And the Ravens have opened up a 4.